What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel where you subscribe for daily updates on Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. Today we're going to talk a little bit about institutional money in the beginning before we go into the charts. If you guys belong to my Discord, you know how I feel about institutional money. I don't think it's all it's cracked up to be. Once institutions get in, I think the price ranges because the institutions are mostly in it for cash, not for the Bitcoin. But we'll talk about it. I'll give you my view on it, and we're going to look at an article I found. Also, don't forget, there's a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. It's totally free. It's a great community, and let's get into it. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, nor is it investment advice. Always do your own due diligence and your own research before investing or trading in any market, as it is, especially Bitcoin, it's extremely volatile. But anyways, looking at the Fear and Greed Index, but before we get into that, I want to remind you we are doing a Ledger Nano S giveaway. If you don't have a hard wallet, I suggest you get one, not your keys, not your crypto. But I will be doing a giveaway on Sunday. All you have to do to enter to win is make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Scroll down and hit that thumbs up and leave a comment below. I'll pick a random comment from a random video on Sunday. So, looking at the Fear and Greed Index, we are at 53. We dropped 3 points from yesterday from the greed to the neutral zone. And this is the article I want to go over. This goes with exactly how I feel about institutional money, and I've been telling people this for a while, especially in my Discord. This was written by Crypto Whale on Twitter. If you don't follow him, definitely check him out. But he's kind of talking about how Wall Street companies are deceptively using Bitcoin's hype to grow their own market share, which makes a whole lot of sense. Like I said, they are in it for the money, not the Bitcoin. Grayscale Investment Trust. Contrary to popular belief, Grayscale owns 0 Bitcoin. The actual clients of this fund are the real buyers of them. Grayscale is a portfolio manager service, as all they do is trade on behalf of their clients and charge insanely high fees. In addition, the fund hasn't been too profitable during the past market cycles. In October 2018, the price of the shares went down 80%, so it's not a very smart money trading, I don't believe. And MicroStrategy, everybody was super excited about that. They started up in the .com boom, made a lot of money, lost a lot. With the recent mania surrounding cryptocurrencies, the CEO, Michael Saylor, is using BTC as an attempt to spawn new hype. Like I had said before in previous videos, they don't have to tell you they bought. And when they are telling you they buy large amounts, there's usually an underlying reason why they're telling you that to benefit them. And what did they do? They brought people into Bitcoin looking at their fund and put money in it. So it ended up raising their fund. Imagine that. Square's recent $50 million investment into Bitcoin is nothing more than a publicity stunt to get their stock prices to move up. And it worked. And that's exactly what happened. They got the Bitcoin community into it and believe in it. I do believe these institutions will dump. From when these guys all bought, it already went up enough where they've made millions. And I believe they've probably been dumping since 12.5. So let's, even dumping now still, I still believe that. Let's take a look at the MicroStrategy's chart. There it is, guys. Does that look like a very good investment? They look like they know what they're doing there? Not to me. Anyways, I just wanted to show that real quick, and just out of curiosity, let's take a look at if they got out at the top or if they lost money in 2017. Looks like they lost money in both drops here, so not a very smart investment, I do not believe. All right, we're gonna go into the monthly. As you guys know, these blue arrows represent lower highs in the macro. I still remain bearish. This line here, if this trend line holds, then we might be in good shape, but we could ride it all the way down. But as of right now, and this is on the monthly, it lies around 10,850-ish, right in that area. A drop below that could get really ugly really fast. I do want to point out, if you look at the bodies here, we made higher highs and lower highs in the RSI. That is bearish divergence. Let's take a look at the weekly. Volume still declining big time in the weekly. And that same trend line, if we look at it in the weekly, if we can hold support above 10,920, we could be in good shape. I could be wrong about the bearish scenario at that point, but it dropped below that 10,920, and like I said, I think it's going to get real ugly real fast. At least come down to retest this trend line at 8,700-ish. The bullish case scenario is that if we have broken out of here and remain outside of this triangle, is around 27,000. The $28,000 range. And then we have the yellow lines here, which is the falling broadening wedge, which we broke out of over here. And that measured move would be about 16,000. Those are the bullish case scenarios. Let's take a look at the weekly RSI. We've been watching it for a while. Bullish case scenario is we come back up and retest this trend line again. And that could, get us up to that $14,000, $15,000 range. But unless we close a weekly above this, I'm not truly macro bullish. I do think we are most likely going to come down, even if we come up here to retest this line. I think that is going to be a life-changing opportunity to buy or long Bitcoin down in this range. Also, looking in here, we've been talking about this as a possible head and shoulders, this being the head, this being the right shoulder. If we do come down in the weekly and break this trend line here, it could get very, very ugly. We will be keeping an eye on that. And Prime XBT, if you are interested in trading, definitely check it out. I'll leave a tutorial up top. You can use my promo code SAVY50. We'll get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit up to 1 Bitcoin as a bonus to use towards your margin. And Savvy25 will get you 25% off of your fees. As you guys know, we've been following this trade account with 0.1 Bitcoin is what we started at. Currently, we are at 0.29, so up almost 200%. I did close out some of my shorts a little bit ago before I started this video. I do have the stops for the rest of my shorts here at 11,490. And that is because that's the 0.618 of this swing high to swing low here. That's why I put my stops in there. If it gets stopped out, I'll look for a new entry at possibly that 11.9 that I talked about. Otherwise, I think we continue down from here, which is starting to look more likely. Yeah. But anyways, if you are interested in trading, definitely check it out. You can trade gold, oil, Forex, silver, S&P, Dow Jones, everything all within this exchange here. So they don't trade against you. That's why I use them, and I quit using all the other ones that seem to trade against you and you get a bunch of scam wicks. These guys are pretty good about it. I haven't felt like I was being taken advantage of on here at all. So anyways, like I said, definitely check it out if you haven't already. And let's look at the daily. Same thing we've been looking at, guys. A break of this 10,200, I think it's going to be a sign. This will be a great area to short. If we come down here, come back up, retest it, boom. We have already fallen out of this rising broadening wedge here. The measured move of that is 38.23, 3,800, 3,500. There is a CME gap down about 3,500. And it doesn't mean it has to fill, guys, but I do think it is possible. So keep that in mind. There's nothing saying it has to, of course, but it definitely is still a possibility. Now, if we look at this rising broadening wedge here, let's look at here. If we did come up to retest the bottom of this wedge again, would be around the 12,600, somewhere in that range, which would break this high over here. We'll keep an eye on it. But a measured move, if we did come down and break down past this 11,200, 11,250, depending on where we hit this, if we hit this, a break of this line and the measured moves right around 6,600, which would line up with this trend line coming off of here. So that would be a good area to watch. We're going to take a look at some more areas here in a minute. Let's look at the RSI. And as you guys know, if you've been watching the channel, we've been watching this wedge. We did come up, retest it, and get rejected on the daily RSI. That is pretty bearish. Now let's look at, so this is the possibility that we still go up to that 11.9, and that is because that's the 0.786 retracement of this swing high to this swing low here. We did get rejected and are still getting rejected at the golden pocket area, which is at 0.618, 0.65. So yeah, that's still, that is looking kind of bearish here, guys. This is my wife's webpage. If you guys want to help support the channel, definitely check it out. She got a lot of cool crypto stuff on here. She'll be putting other stuff on there too for Christmas stuff, but they make great gifts. It's quality stuff too. It's not iron-on garbage. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. She's got you can put any crypto you want on there, as long as it's doesn't have a trademark, any saying, any family pictures, whatever you want. So definitely check it out. And looking at the 4 hour, so let's zoom out here a little bit and look at this rising wedge. Again, this could go up and retest the top of this wedge, which also lines up around that 12.5, 12.6 area in the bullish case scenario, but we would obviously have to break that 11.9. And that 11.9, I'm going to be looking to short there. I'll put some stops up around the $12,000 range probably. I'll let you guys know what I do if we do end up breaking up here and it stops me out of my short settlement now. But anyways, this rising wedge, if we take a measured move of that, gets us right down also to around the $16,000 range. But the golden pocket zone of the retracement from this swing low to this swing high here is 68.50 to 71.40. That is a area to watch very closely. Also, we have right here, we did get a bounce off this. This is the 0.236 at 10.445. Another drop below that, most likely headed to at least the 9,200 range, and that is the 0.382 fib. And then we have the 0.5 fib at 81.65. We talked about the golden pocket zone and our target here, if these were all to break, 0.786 is at 56.75. And of course the CME gap down here that doesn't have to fill, but it is possible. Yeah, let's look at the 1 hour. So zoomed out on the 1 hour, our first measured move here was measuring this rising channel, and the measured move off that is right at the $9,700 range. We obviously had our breakout here. I'm going to put this, stretch this out a little bit. All right, so we seem to be in a rising wedge here. It looks like we had a bull trap up here possibly. We did have this target at the top at 11,696. We ended up hitting 11,745. So like I said, unless we break back above this again, we could be looking at the 11,900 tops, I believe. Anyways, right now it does look like we have fallen out of this rising channel we had in there. We have a measured move of that down to, actually I had that wrong there. The measured move to that goes right around 10,722. But of course we have the 200 EMA we need to watch here around 11,200, which we also have a CME gap in that area. I'm going to go ahead and put this there. That'll be an area to watch, 11,200 to break of that. And then we have the 11,100, which is old resistance come new support. I also have another way I want to look at this. And you know what? I am going to do that right now before I forget. Show you the possibilities of this. Where is it? I lose it? I did. But I'll show you anyways what I'm looking at here. All right, so sorry guys. Don't want to make you dizzy or whatever, but I just want to explain what's going on here. So right now we've obviously had what I like to call tweezer tops or train tracks right here, which is a green candle up, red candle down, long candles. As of right now, we are getting resistance on the EMAs here. A break and a close above these, we may be able to continue up a little bit. But let's take a measured move of just, or I'm sorry, a Fibonacci retracement of just this swing here from the swing high to the swing. Get this on here. Swing high to swing low. Our retracement zone, golden pocket zone is going to be around 11,480, somewhere in that range. All the way up to 11,500. So a break above that, then we most likely are going to come up and at least retest the bottom of this rising channel again. But I think we've already done that close enough. So now if we were to come down to this target of 10,722-ish, I don't necessarily think we come straight down. We may get, you know, a little bit of up-down motion. We may bang on this 11.1 for a while, and if that breaks, then come down to this target. And if that is to break, depending on where it would break here, guys, the measured move of that would be right around 9,600. So somewhere between 96 and 9,700 here is what we'd be looking for if we are able to break the 10,722 range. We also have this trend line here that will probably give us a little bit of support for a little bit. If we get down here, we may come down, bounce off this one, come up, retest this trend line before continuing down. But that's what I'm looking at, guys. I'm still bearish here. People think I don't like Bitcoin because I'm bearish, and I get it. People that put too much money in and they are scared to see it go down, then they're usually the ones making the nasty comments down below and saying I'm crazy and whatnot. It's because most of that is out of fear, because literally nobody knows for a fact what the market's going to do. But if someone's getting that offended and that mad, then they just got too much money in and they think they're going to get rich in a week, and they just can't imagine it going down. Well, sorry to tell you, but in my opinion, Bitcoin's going to go down much further. So let's look at, and I do believe once we hit those lower targets and we do find a bottom, that Bitcoin will be in a bull run at that point, a real bull run. But I think it's going to be years. I don't think it's going to be straight up. One more thing I want to point out is, if you look right after election, that's when Bitcoin usually starts its bull run. After election, I think we're going to see a new bottom before we get a bounce. And then a year after the election is usually when the bull market starts to get to a peak. So if that remains the same, 2021 will be the peak. But this is just a guess by what's going on in the world and markets and everything. But I do think that it may be a lot longer this time before we break 20K, possibly 2024. All right, DXY, we've been talking about this forever. We did get some, this is the 1 hour chart. We got some hidden bullish divergence here. Does look like we are going to bounce up. And when this goes up, Bitcoin goes down. And my target still is the same for the DXY. The dollar index is 95.85, right in that range. I think this would be, if this does happen, we come up here, Bitcoin's going to be dropping that whole time. This would be a good place to look to start to maybe either buy back in or long Bitcoin once we get up into here. We'll see how the market gets at that point if we do get there. Litecoin. And a lot of people say you show the same charts every day, because the charts haven't changed. I'm not going to show you the brand new indicator that's going to, tell everybody exactly where it's going. I'm not trying to make up hype crap just to get people to watch. I'm, seriously looking at the market, not just calling for the moon and trying to find every reason why it's going to the moon just to get views. That's not what this channel is about. If you want them channels, there's plenty of them out there. If you want an honest opinion and a look at the market, then this was the channel for you. But anyways, our first target's 38.62 for Litecoin. Second target's around the 31.25 area. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Same thing. Oh yeah, Litecoin. If we do get that 11.9 with Bitcoin, it'll probably be Litecoin coming up to between the 52 and 53 range to retest this here. If Bitcoin gets that last little leg up, which is looking less and less likely. And if 406 to 407, I'd say 406 to 408 to retest this trend line. If Bitcoin gets that 11.9, then Ethereum should be coming up here to top out. But my first low target here for Ethereum is around 246 and second target around 200. But we will keep up on this. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget to smash the likes and leave your comment. Also, hit the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. That will get you subscribed to the channel. Check out the Discord, and hope you keep coming back. I will see you tomorrow.